Hey Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what is the universe's plan for you next. And to do this reading we are going to be picking 3 piles together. So one, and I wanted to say that I really felt this one. So that's 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's see what we have for today's reading. For pile number 1, we have Nephthys. Oh, I think we should be careful. Hold on. Just being careful with the new YouTube rules. Okay, so you have for pile number 1, Nephthys. For pile number 2, you have Chepre, or Chepre actually. Chepre. And I keep saying Chepre, but it's actually Chepre. So for pile number 2, you have Chepre. And for pile number 3, you have Cleopatra. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. Actually, let's bring them a little bit down so we have space for the crystals. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the beautiful Garnett. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, you have the beautiful blue Agate. And this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, you have the beautiful Aura Quartz. And this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at the 3 piles or 3 crystals and contemplate today's question. What is the universe's plan for you next? As you take a look at them, see which one or ones you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the pile for you here today. The number of piles depends on the piles that you're drawn to. And so if you're drawn to just one pile, then this will be your pile. If you feel like you're drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, then there are definitely your piles as well for you today. Once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your time, and I will see you in your reading. In a moment's time, I'm about to assign different zodiac signs to every pile. So if this is something you're interested in, then please stick around. But if you do not like to pick with your zodiac signs, then please pause the video, take as much time as you need. And once you're ready, I'll see you in your reading. But if you prefer to pick using your zodiac signs, then my beautiful soul family, this part of the introduction is specifically for you. Okay, so let me shuffle these around a little bit further from the camera so that it doesn't hurt your ears. There we go. And I'll swirl it here and there as well. And let's now start picking your zodiac signs. So the 4 signs for the first pile are the sign of Sagittarius, the sign of Virgo, the sign of Leo, and the sign of Taurus. As for pile number 2, the signs are Libra and Aries, right? Capricorn and Scorpio. As for pile number 3, you have Pisces and the signs Gemini, the sign Aquarius. What's missing here is Cancer. So there we go. And the sign Cancer. So these are the signs for today's reading. You can pick your piles. You can pick your pile using either your ascendant, your rising, meaning your sun, or your moon signs. It is all up to you on what you prefer. If you would like an advice, I would advise the rising, because it is the sign that deals with your outside world, and you will see that it will be the one that will resonate with you the most. But how can one resist not picking with their sun sign, right? So it's all up to you. You can also use your moon sign in case you want to know what's the universe's plan for you next, in terms of how you're going to feel about it. If this is how you want to pick your pile, you know, and the universe knows how to communicate with you. Please do whatever you feel is right. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box, click on your times, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose your pile using your intuition, then your crystal is the beautiful Garnett, as well as the card Nephthys. But if you chose your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, your zodiac signs are Sagittarius, Leo, Virgo, and Taurus. Welcome to your reading, guys. As I always say, if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. They could mean that these are the energies that are present in today's reading, just like every card that is meant to happen in your reading. Okay, so let's pull out your last oracle card. Oh, looks like you've got 2 here. Before we take a look at your tea leaves, so let's pick out 2. There we go. It's exactly 2. All right, let's check your oracle cards first to get like a certain vibe or an understanding of where the reading is taking us before we take a look at your tarot cards. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you actually don't have 2 tea leaves. There is a timing card slipping out of the tea leaf deck. So I'm going to take it out. Looks like you're meant to have that. All right, and let's take a look at your cards. So you have Venus in Pisces with submission. We can put a tea leaf right there. You have Saturn in Cancer with charity. You also have the card poverty. And you have dinosaur. And this one we can actually place right here. Yesterday's coffee. Good to know. Thank you. Okay, so the tea leaves. You have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. And December, beautiful. And finally, you have valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Wonderful. This is really interesting. I'm already picking up a lot of things, but let's first pick up your tarot cards and get a full picture of what we're seeing here before we begin the reading. Okay, so these are the cards that I'm seeing. Let's see what you've got. You have the 5 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, the King of Swords, the Sun, the 3 of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. I was channeling an idea about the Three of Wands yesterday. And when I saw it in your reading, I was like, whoa, did I envision something here with the Three of Wands for your reading? Perhaps. I'll tell you what it is that I envisioned. And I'm sure it has to do with your reading because I was just sitting there thinking about it for no reason. So you have the Ace of Pentacles. And you have the Ten of Wands. 1, 2, 3. I was actually contemplating, I was reading an esoteric book, and it was about the Netero, the ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses. And I was reading about the Emerald Tablet and how it was what it was guiding people to do. And you're supposed to look at it from two perspectives, not just in terms of an alchemical process of turning any metal into gold, but also the transcendence process of the soul and our growth. And it's so interesting that I got into all of this while you have Nephthys right here. So what I'm about to say is not specific to Nephthys at all, but she does, as the card shows, have to do with shadow work, because although she is the ancient Egyptian goddess of magic, but she is also the ancient Egyptian goddess with darkness and protecting the organs placed in the called canopic jars, and so on. So back to what I wanted to say with the Emerald Tablet. Thinking or relating how explaining the process of mining precious metals from the womb of the earth, how it corresponds to the phases of transmutation, not only for the metals, but for us as human beings, that something must resolve in order to come back to shape into another form. And I was thinking of the butterfly. That's what happens with the caterpillar as well. It must lose its form in order to create another form. And so the Three of Wands came in my mind right there. 3 phases. One phase, and the wands came because it has to do with the spiritual magical element. So one phase is the first shape. Second phase is this transmutation process, or the Bordeaux, or the in-between. And then third phase, something totally new comes out, and that is when we embark on a new journey, just like the Three of Wands. So I don't know why I'm saying all this. I don't mean to bore you, but really, since I envisioned it so much in my mind as I was thinking about it yesterday, I feel like seeing the Three of Wands today really took me right back to my daydream as I was thinking about it. And so this is really telling me right off the bat that you too, especially with Nephthys having to do with the underworld and resurrection and all of this, this is a strong sign that all of this to say that I see in your cards that the universe's plan for you next is that your whole world is changing. In fact, you have yesterday's coffee. We kind of see you're moving on from the yesterday, so to speak. And this new beginning perhaps might be starting in December. You also have the dinosaur, which is something ancient. And so when I saw the dinosaur and then I saw yesterday's coffee, I was like, whew. Looks like this poverty card is here representing the past. And it looks like you're moving from lack energy in one area of your life, or maybe even several, and you're being freed. How? With the Charity card, it does look like from above, you're being given something in abundance, because the rabbit reminds me of abundance, things multiplying, things coming, like you had one or two and now you have so many. So things are coming in abundance for you next, my dear pile number one. And you will see this shift happen in your life, because all of this reflection and envisioning, and then I see the Three of Wands and I see envision me back to yesterday contemplating about this, is definitely channeled here. So you can clearly see that there's a new day, especially with the Ace of Pentacles as well, and a bright new tomorrow for you, full of personal strength, peace, and assured success. So let's take a look at how this is happening for you next, my dear pile number one. So you have the dragonflies here in the King of Swords, which first things first makes me understand why you were drawn to Nephthys. It shows that you're clearing free from some shadow, because this is mental work here. I see you becoming mentally sharp, acute, and healthier, balanced. So first and foremost, the challenges that you've had within that perhaps affected your world, because you do have shadow work, and it does seem to me that the way you were thinking subconsciously, whether you were aware of it or not, was creating some sort of lack in one area of your life, or maybe several. And I do see that you're clearing away with the Six of Swords from this challenging energy. And it does seem to me like this channeling energy came and started and is finishing with the mind. And so, because just like the transmutation process, remember with the Three of Wands, your life is changing forms because you have decomposed your old challenging thought. You've gone through a difficult process of being in between worlds, of not seeing your world changing yet, but being patient to understand one idea after the next, because we're seeing the wands here again, like one energy after the next. I see real focus, looking within, almost to the point where you've unlocked your subconscious mind and freed yourself with it. This is really, really cool, pile number one. You've done a lot of shadow work. So much so, in fact, a lot of you have told me that this figure is holding a chimney sweeper. And so the chimney is at the top of the house, right? Signifying the mind, right on top. And they used to, in the past, clean chimneys, right? So you can see that through clearing the mind, you're coming out of this poverty mentality or a lack mentality, that whether you were aware of it or not, this looking deep and cleaning process is definitely in your reading. It cannot be missed. And because you've gone through this transmutation process of clearing and cleaning, looking deep within and thinking what's wrong, and maybe even with sexual matters, too much concern with sexual matters, you could have gone deep within a habit that you used to do without thinking about it. Perhaps it used to bring you some instant relief. So I feel like perhaps you, with poverty and sexual matters, you could have refrained. What you could have been doing here with deep personal strength. Oh my God, are we like absolutely reading what you've been going through here? You have been, what is it called? Like lacking energy to a certain habit that you used to do that used to give you instant gratification. Like, for example, I don't want to be alone. Let me call my friends. And instead, I'm just like thinking, for example, it could be something else differently. But instead, or like staying in the silence, for example, and listening to what it is your mind wants to tell you, and not avoiding feelings by like watching TV or calling someone or doing something, for example, or a habit like not opening up the fridge or the cupboards and getting some bad food and thinking, why am I going to these cupboards? Or yeah, look at coffee, like something you could have been enjoying, but it brought you instant gratification, but it was preventing you from seeing the inner work. So what I'm just trying to say here is that you, pile number one, you've been cleaning some ideas. You've been pausing and thinking, hey, why am I doing these behaviors? Yes, I enjoy them instantly, but how is it having an effect on my life? Or what is it saying about my subconscious mind? And so on and so forth. This is the 12th house, after all, which has to do with transcendence. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Exactly what's happening here. And so you're next, because you have freed yourself and you're going through the phases of the Three of Wands that I've just been telling you about, that transmutation process, and worked hard and mastered something with the Eight of Pentacles. You're offered by the universe a new beginning. It's just the natural thing that would happen to someone choosing to go through that transmutation process. Wow. That's really interesting, because actually part of what I was reflecting on as I was reading this yesterday is I was thinking, we all need to do that. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to wake up to. And look at your pile. You're already ahead of all of us. And I know we all say work on our shadow work and everything, but I just realized how important this is. And look what you have, pile number one. You have already gone through this process. You've done a lot of cleaning and clearing, and you freed yourself. You've gone through a huge transmutation process, and you're slowly clearing your mind, and having a strong mind will have an effect on you having a positive life. So this is how this is happening, because that's the question we asked. So how is this happening? Let's now take a look at what is happening. So what is happening? We have more cards here, but I can tell you the universe's plan for you next is a bright new beginning. 10 of Wands signifying the end of a long, hard journey. And we can see you have been through a lot, my dear pile number one. You really have been through a lot. It was super difficult for you, perhaps even from childhood. And so this long, tiresome journey, finito. It's now finished, pile number one, for you. And we see the universe's plan for you next, a new beginning, and a new bright one at that. What is this beginning? It's like finding a beautiful valley amidst a desert. So this is definitely something very beautiful. What is it then? Queen of Swords. Queens are healing. So first of all, you're going to feel healed. That's the first important thing. And then we see the Page of Cups. And we see the Four of Swords. So I do see with the Four of Swords, which is very clear, you're going to start feeling restful, relaxed. You're going to feel like the world is giving you a break to enjoy your life. You won't be having to work so hard in this next phase of your life, whether it has to do with getting money or moving along your career or doing a lot of hard things in life in general, responsibilities. I see that your next phase of your life is giving you a restful phase. You're gonna rest and feel good. And I see also that there are a lot of eggs with this Queen of Swords, signifying that there are many new beginnings that are meant to be a surprise. One of them could be because this is a nest. If you are looking to form a family, that could be a part of it. Or maybe you'll find a home within yourself, and that will be one of the biggest blessings that you will get. But in all cases, I see a lot of eggs signifying many surprises and new beginnings to come. Also, with the cat tails, which are used to insulate from the cold, I feel like the universe's plan for you next is to insulate you and protect you from any difficulties or like bad karma, unless of course we do something. But I want to say you're being protected from negative energy. You're being protected from really difficulties of life. I see it's a phase where it's supposed to be absolutely bright. The sun is rising and really good things are about to happen. Just like there are times when we're surprised why all of the bad things happen at the same time. At other times of our lives, we feel like we're protected and safe, and there are beautiful things that happen to us. We feel like we're flourishing and our lives around us are very prosperous and bright. And that's what I see here for you, my dear pile. Number one, to you it looks like you've been in the desert for so long and you finally reached your valley. And that reminds me of the Nile Valley, actually, since we're talking about ancient Egypt. It makes me understand why there are surprises. Big surprises are up ahead. And the reason I say that is because in the Nile Valley, we see, of course, why Egypt was called Kemet in the ancient past. And it is that rich black soil that brought life and made within the desert Egypt full of life. And so this is why the alchemists would call this black earth materia prima, which for the alchemist is this pure, unformed, I believe, primordial substance from which, creation emerged. And so to me, this is why I wanted to tell you I'm seeing a lot of surprises. This is signifying that you're gonna feel so prosperous in such a surprising way, because to you it seems like it could be like from where, because we have the energy of desert, from where, and that's the past lack that was from a past energy, the result of past energy. And as you've gone through this transmutation process, your life is now changing and the reality around you is changing because of it. And so because of this prosperity that is coming in so many different forms, all the hows are gonna turn into nows, are gonna turn into, rather I want to say all the caterpillars, aka the hows, are turning into butterflies and being free. You're gonna watch these dreams coming true. And it really is all about the mind. Changing the mind changes our whole experience, so much so that we can start experiencing alternate state of consciousness. It really is about how we think, and it really is about how we think, and that's why shadow work is so important. And my dear pal, number one, you really did look deep within. And you have been, whether you're realizing or not, healing ancient, primordial, meaning maybe old karma, perhaps, yes. but I want to say like things even from childhood that are automatically healing as you're like, as you are giving poverty to the very things that you used to be attached to give you instant gratification. Good job on what you're doing, my dear pal number one. I don't even need to advise you to keep going. You seem to be doing a fantastic job. Your cards are really congratulating you. I really feel like the universe is so proud of you in this reading. All the best of luck. So many things are changing. And talking about resurrection and your life changing, you know, Nephthys was the sister of Isis, and some stories it's even because she deals with the underworld, some stories even show that she helped Isis resurrect back Osiris from the underworld. So yeah, you can really see that the universe's plan for you next is your transcendence, and as a result your whole life and experience is also changing with it. A caterpillar sees the ground, but a butterfly sees everything from up top. Totally different experience, and they're the same being in the same life. And that's what I see here for you, my dear pal number one. I wish you the best of luck with what's to come. Look out for the month of December. If you're watching this now, but if you're watching this later, it is a timeless reading after all, then December is 2 months from now. So look out for something that is significant for you a month and a half or 2 months from now. Oh, wow. 12. Something significant is happening to you in December. Or like I said, in 2 months. And my dear pile number one, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Good job, pile number one. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. If you were drawn to this pile, then you were drawn to it using the blue agate as well as the Chepre card. And if you chose your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this reading are Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Libra. Welcome guys to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, please do not worry about it. Do know that these are supposed to be in your reading. The energy is present in your reading for one reason or the other. We'll find out together today what this is all about and what is the universe's plan for you next. Okay, so these are the oracle cards that we are going to be using. These are the cards that came out for you. Oh, and these seem to be your tea leaves as well. Oh, as well as this one. Okay, so let's see what cards you have. Wow, you have the sun in Taurus with acquisition. Let me adjust that. Loving this energy for you. Okay. You also have tincture. Okay. And you have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. And you have axe, forces working against you. You have the four-leaf clover, great good fortune, loving your cards. As well as rabbit. That came in pile number one, so if you were drawn to pile number one, I highly recommend it. It is, after all, a 200 card deck, so what are the odds, right? So you have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Let's keep it right there. So with acquisition and rabbit, I'm seeing that something is coming to you in great abundance, and it's like a hit of luck. Let's check out the rest of your cards. So you have the card Journey, and you have the card Occupation. So obviously for a lot of you, this has to do with your work. Some great luck happening to you in your work. Okay. Let's now pull out your tarot cards to get a full picture of what we're seeing in terms of what is the universe's plan for you next. All right, so these are the cards I'm seeing. Let's see what you've got. So, my dear pile number 2, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is an offer. You're getting an offer. And for most of you, this has to do with your work. If you're not working, then it has to do with something you are putting great amount of effort and attention in. Some of you, this is your hobby. Some of you, these are your children. Some of you, this is a great organization or a great cause you're working towards. Okay, so you have the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Judgment card. Wow, it almost looks like a vortex where you're moving into another world. And you have the Star. Wow. In your work, you're gonna be, it looks like, oh, you're gonna be a star. You're gonna be seen as the star. You have the Seven of Wands. And this Seven of Wands does not look to me like, I was gonna say, I know what it's supposed to say. It doesn't look to me like a challenge. It looks to me like a wand that fell and magic is coming out of it. So let's see how this translates into your reading. You have the Hermit, the Five of Wands, something was supposed to go wrong. Do you see that? Forces working against you. Because look, they look like the same wand that's in the Seven of Wands. Something was supposed to I don't want to say harm you. I want to say maybe you have someone that was trying to do something behind your back in your work, and it's coming to your full favor. And it's making you very popular. So much so, popular as in like, maybe your company is like giving you credit for something. You're gaining recognition, and you're climbing so high, like they say in the ladder of hierarchy. You're going up so high in a really big position with the King of Swords. Wow, look at that. 10 of Cups. So it looks like you're going to be given a huge offer next in the area of your work that's going to renew and create revival. Oh my God, wait a minute. First of all, let me finish this thought. You're going to feel so abundant and happy. There's so much more from where this offer came from. My dear pile number 2 for you. So much more. In fact, you're going to find the source of where these offers are coming from. You're going to be very abundant next in your life, my dear pile number 2. And you can see it. It's a great hit of luck. So you're very lucky because here you have Chepre. And you know the ancient Egyptians used to wear this beetle amulet. In fact, I'm wearing it here. What a coincidence. To protect them, right? So, and of course, to draw his power. So I'm seeing with protection here that something was happening behind your back. Perhaps someone you're working with or thought they can make use of, like they were attracted to something good you had. They were drawn to something good that you had, and behind your back someone was trying to do something. That plan is gonna die out. And I do see that because of what they've done, it's actually, not only are you protected, but it's actually going to turn into your favor. And only you, my dear pile number 2, and you're climbing up that ladder so high, taking on a good position. You're gonna be offered something big, and you'll later realize that's not going to be the first big offer that you get. You're gonna feel abundant with so many offers, one after the other. And like I said, for some of you, not only is there so much more from where that came from, you'll actually find the source of where this abundance is coming from. You're going to be so abundant, and your whole life is going to change. With the Judgment card, it's like you not only are you rising to the top, Judgment is rising, Star is rising, but also with the Vortex here, your whole life is going to change so much that you're going to feel like you're living in another world. Taken to another world, experiencing so many things from different perspective, different eyes, different experience. Everything is changing for you. And I do see that up next with acquisition, you're gonna be very rich, you're gonna have a lot of wealth, you're gonna acquire a lot of nice things, and you're gonna have a lot of nice experiences. And that's why you have renewal. Your whole life is changing, and it's gonna be a great hit of luck, because without this evil, quote unquote out, bad plan that someone had here for you, none of this, well, everything is supposed to happen because it's written, but you know what I mean. It wouldn't have happened like that. So 2 of Pentacles is what is catching my attention at the moment, because we've had a look at everything else except for the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles, I've just envisioned in my mind like something being so stuck, and that's the reason I envisioned it. 8 of Swords is being stuck, but shifting it, moving it from one side and then moving it from the other side, and you keep moving these two until it's not stuck anymore. I think I'm only envisioning this in my mind and you don't even understand what I'm trying to say. Let me put this properly. Okay, I got some props to try to explain what I've just envisioned in my mind. So I see you stuck between 2 things in life. Like, for example, having to work a job that you don't like because you have a huge debt to pay, for example, right? And so you're stuck between 2 things that you don't like, but you have to in order to do something, right? And I see you not able, like, I hate this job, but I gotta pay this debt. I gotta pay this debt. Therefore, I must really focus on working hard and making sure I pay it off. So you're stuck between these 2 energies, whatever they are in your life. Doing one thing for the other. And you hate both, let's say, or you dislike both. You're stuck between them. And I see that this binding that's happening is going to break. And thus, you're finally going to be completely free from the 2 awful energies that you were experiencing. And if I'm correct in the example of debt and work that you don't like, or something else, it's the fastest example that I have in my mind. It could be something else, like maybe you don't like the place you're living in, but it's right next to, it's what you can afford and it's next to your work. It could be so many things. That is breaking off for you, finally. And like I said, this seemed to be something that was bringing a lot of pain for you. You really didn't know what to do. Oh, this could be breaking off from someone you didn't like, a manager, a person in your life that you did not like and felt really stuck with. In that case, with the Hermit, you're now going off on your own and you're finally being freed from this person. It could be read in so many ways depending on who's listening to this. But what I can tell you is abundance, freedom, going up high in the ladder in terms of your work, and not just getting one big offer, but once you start getting that big offer, you're going to realize that there's so much more that's coming to you, and you will find the source of where all these offers are actually coming from, putting you in a very abundant position. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. A lot of great luck ahead. I wish you the best of luck in your life. May you always feel protected, prosperous, and happy. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Looks like these 3 are your oracle cards here. Let's take them. If you were drawn to this pile using your intuition, then your crystal is the beautiful aura quartz, as well as Cleopatra. But if you chose your cards, your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the zodiac signs for this pile are Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, and Pisces. Welcome to your reading, guys. Let's see what is the universe's plan for you next. 1, 2, and we have a month. It looks like this one moved as well, these 2. Right. So, and this one. Right. Always lovely to have more tea leaves. So we have 3, 6 tea leaves. Let's now place your cards and begin your reading. So, I wanted to say, if these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. Know that they are here for a reason. If we were to read them, we would see the energy within your reading. Okay, so my dear pile number 3, you have Mercury in Gemini, and the first thing I've channeled, although I love waiting, is that there is great news coming or some sort of announcement happening for you that will be releasing you with something with the keyword independence. But I always like to wait. I couldn't wait with this one. You have Sun in Cancer with resourcefulness. Okay. Let's keep it here. You have Saturn in Leo with generosity. Wow, loving this for you. Loving this for you, pile number 3. I'm telling you, you're getting news. You have phone call, and you have Mercury in Gemini. You're getting a call or a message. You're hearing some news on the television. There's definitely big news happening here. Okay, you have the runic dice. What are the chances for this news to happen? Why am I doing that? I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I'll wait. You have thoughts. You have despair. Let's take a look at your tea leaves. So what if I put one here? Yeah, you'll be able to see it. You have not unsuccessful plans, right? And you can see independence with the not here. Just saying. And we can place one here. You have fire, strong emotion, passion, passionate love or hate. We can also place one right here. Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Okay, you have a month, the month of June. Well, I guess we don't have space. We'll keep it here. You have the month of June. You have pineapple, reconciliation. And you have chain. Again, this knotting down. Chain of events that will affect your life. How interesting. So you could be chained with something, and there are things that are going to happen, one thing leading to the other. Let's now pick up your tarot deck. I'll open it and be back. And see what is the universe's plan for you next. Oh, these are a lot. Okay. All right, and this one as well. Well, these are a lot, so let's see what you have. What if we take this one and we know it's chain? We can put it like this, right? Yeah. Okay, so you have the Three of Wands right off the bat. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you might be traveling for work, especially because we have Cleopatra, which had strong alliances and also, what is the word called? Relationships, strong relationships with the Roman Empire. So I'm getting the notion of traveling for work for some of you. Very specific, but when I notice something, I like to say it. You have the Strength card. You have the Five of Swords. Okay. And you have the Magician. Wow, okay. The Four of Wands. The Page of Cups. And how many cards do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're definitely here for a reason. We'll find out in a moment. But let's see what is going on here. So right off the bat, I do see that there is some energy that kept you stuck here with unsuccessful plans. I do see that you are in some sort of pickle, and it's really tough. It could be in your work. It could be with dealings with some people. But for most of you, I feel like it has to do with your work because of the Eight of Pentacles, especially that we see an artisan here working, a tailor. But, you know, it doesn't have to be. And it says not hiring. Maybe some of you are finding it difficult to find a job. Yeah, for most of you, it has to do with work. But again, this is a general reading, so it's not necessary. Not necessary. Something is definitely tying you down. And you're not sure how to deal with this difficult situation in your life. Yeah, it's very challenging. With the Five of Swords, almost in a brutal way. You feel like it's almost beating you down, it's bullying you, it's getting the best of you. And while you're trying to be strong, you're really tired and desperate to fix the situation because it's putting a lot of burden on you. And at the same time, with despair and the pineapple, you kind of feel like you're stuck because the pineapple has really thick skin. So I do see you strong dealing with it, but at the same time, you don't know how you're going to get into it because a pineapple requires certain tools, unlike most of the fruits that we eat, to cut through it and enjoy the fruit on the inside. But look at that. Resourcefulness, generosity, excitement. So let's take it bit by bit. How is this difficult situation going to be resolved in your life? Especially that I feel like it's scaring you. it's you're worried and a bit anxious here. So what's happening here next is that some news is going to be announced and it's going to be a great hit of luck for you. Like, for example, let's say you are a teacher and a great masterful teacher, and you're trying to look for a job. Let's say you're not able to get a job, although you know you're really good. Maybe the schools around the area that you're in already have teachers. I'm just like trying to imagine a scenario. And then you hear on the news that there is a huge international school opening up in your area, and they're looking for people who have this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that. And these are all the skills that you have exactly. And you find that you were so lucky that you didn't get that old job. Maybe you wouldn't have been as free to just join in exactly when they needed you. And like, it's a hit of luck. What are the odds that this international school would open up and would give this huge salary and these great benefits and would respect you for the studies that you've made and the experience that you have, and they're looking exactly for someone like you. So all of a sudden, you're going in your work or in a goal that you have from despair, not knowing what to do, to a new journey just starting out of the blue, taking you from a desperate situation that you were in. Now, whatever is happening here magically is actually happening because you have manifested it, whether you are aware of it or not. You thought about it so much that it's happening to you. Maybe you once journaled about it or had it in one of your New Year plans, drawings. What do they call it? Vision board or something, or maybe just in your mind. It does look to me like this is something you've manifested in your mind. You envisioned beautiful things. You were like, oh, I wish. Maybe you've done this 6 months ago. Maybe you're like, oh, I wish I would, by that time, be free, be free and not stuck. I wish for a type of job that would give me these benefits, that would allow me to be creative and do what I like, and this and that and the other. And so whether you realize it or not, you've manifested it, because maybe your vibration was with the same vibration that this other opportunity is in, or something. And you're going to be creating an alliance with someone because you were drawn initially, and that's your significator card, to Cleopatra, who's had several alliances or relationships. As you know, it's a very popular story. First with Julius Caesar, who she had a son with, and then he was assassinated, and then later on she improved Egypt's situation with a relationship with Antonius. And so my point is, there could be some travel, and one of the reasons I said international school, because I did see some travel here. So maybe something international is coming to you, or you are going abroad internationally, and you're gonna be creating new relationships at work, strong relationships at work. And with the Four of Wands, it's gonna be a new milestone in your career, certainly a higher, bigger opportunity, and a new milestone for sure. This coming period of your life is going to feel so magical. You're going to go through it almost feeling like it's unbelievable, almost as if someone waved their magic wand and you're just like the movies, or cartoons, when you wake up and you're living this new experience. You know how, like, for example, 13 going on to 30, for example, where I wish I was 30 years old and the writer, and that's exactly what happens. So I know this is like too good of an example. Nobody really wakes up 30 years old as a writer. Who knows? My point is that it's going to feel to you like it's truly a magical experience. You're going to go through it in awe, in disbelief, in a good way, of course. And you're not going to believe this amazing experience. Not only is it freeing you from the situation and giving you a lovely new journey to embark on and a beautiful experience, but it's also giving you generously in terms of resources. This definitely will be translated, if this is your work, into money, pentacles, into wealth, I mean. So this is going to be so generous. You're going to get a lot of money out of this, like a huge salary with huge benefits. Or if this is your own thing, maybe this is an investor, right? Then you're going to be getting someone who would invest in your project with a huge amount, that believes in what you're doing or offering. So yeah, so some great alliance is happening here. And you're going to be seen in great light, maybe even going to be very popular in this new position or new place. Because, of course, the reason I say that is because Cleopatra is the most famous in our day ancient Egyptian pharaoh, right? So I feel like there's popularity. But look, I want to show you. There we go. Look at the message here with the Page of Cups. If you were drawn to pile number 2, they were getting a big offer as well. Well, I don't like. Yeah, if you were drawn to pile number 2, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. But you're getting a huge offer that you will love. So because of the news or some news, you're getting an offer. Or this could all be about finding in your email or on your phone someone calling you, giving you a big offer. So you still have 5 cards. King of Pentacles, look at that. Amazing. You're getting a lot of wealth. You're becoming popular or respected, loved, honored. 8 of Wands, by the way, in terms of timing, speaking of timing, this is going to happen very quickly. So June, very quickly. For some of you, this could be in the next 6 months. It could be in June. Or in that case, June could simply mean a 6, like 16th. Look out for the 16th. Or look out for the 6th of January. Please take timing with a grain of salt. As you can see, we're not sure. But for many of you, it could be June. Or it could be in 6 weeks. It could be in 6 months. It could be in 6 days. And it could be on the 16th of, if you're watching this later this month, or 16th of next month. It could be, like I said, on the 6th of January. Okay, so you have the 7 of Cups. But in all cases, with the 8 of Wands, this is happening rather quick, very quickly for you. 7 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. You know, with the haystack here, it always reminds me of looking for a needle in a haystack, which kind of talks about what are the odds from out of nowhere with the 5 of Pentacles. Like, it's a card of luck. Out of nowhere, you get this opportunity that looks grander than life. Like you couldn't have even imagined it with the 7 of Cups in your wildest dreams. Something like, yeah, just like 13 going on 30 with magic here. Something you would never imagine to happen. That's definitely happening for you next. It's wild. It's going to be a wild ride. And the tortoise here shows that after a time of things slowing down almost to a halt, with the knot here, it's gonna go up so quickly. It's gonna move so quickly. Look at that. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune talks about the cycles of life, from the bottom to the top. And it is a very fortunate time of your life, obviously. Pile number 3. You have a very favorable, fortunate pile that you were drawn towards. I see in your pile a new venture somehow, new opportunity, new journey, new travel, where you're going to be appreciated, you're going to be loved, admired, and you're going to be given a huge proposal along with that huge offer. Yeah, offer with a huge proposal of wealth. And it's way beyond your wildest dreams. So timing, take it with a grain of salt, but for some of you it could be the 6s, 6 weeks, 6 months, or the 6th of January as we're being led here. But yeah, it's moving very quickly for you. You know what? It could be in 6 months, but you're going to hear about it now, and leading on to that time, there's perhaps, how did we forget this? Chain of events, one after the other. You could be like every month. Well, they're more than 6. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7. Okay, so my point is, during these 6 months, you're preparing for one thing, and then doing the other, and finishing this and finishing that, until things come into full circle, perhaps by June, or in 6 months, or maybe it's just simply the 6th of next month or the 6th of January. Please take it how it resonates. And as things unfold, you will remember this reading and go, so that's what the 6th card was for. But some of you are going to get that phone call or this email or communication between 3 to 5 days, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Who knows? For some of you, it's 3, 4, 5 hours. And look at that, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, yeah, chain of events, exactly. Look, guys, you might be getting this right away now, and that's what's happening. And then month after month, or day after day, or week after week, in sequence, you're gonna be you're gonna have this being achieved for you. So it's starting now, but then one thing leads to the other. Day by day or week by week, you're finally moving towards that wild dream, my dear pile number 3. Big things are ahead for you next. Look out for some crazy, magical, like out of this world things to happen for you. Like, who would have thought, with the Wheel of Fortune and a needle in a haystack? This is really big energy, and it's taking you out of a difficulty that you're going through. You're going to look back and go, oh my God, remember when I was being so challenged and so scared by this difficulty? I no longer have to worry about this anymore. I'm living in such a dream world. I cannot believe it. Look out for that, my dear pile number 3. Crazy things are happening. Crazy good things are happening for you next. It's almost going to feel crazy. Like, how did this happen? This was your reading, my dear pile number 3. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. I know I've enjoyed your reading so much. I wish you the best of luck with that. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my beautiful pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.